Whoopi Goldberg has asked The View's producers if it was time to say goodbye before heading to a break. About halfway into Tuesday's episode of The View, Whoopi wondered aloud if she had been talking too much. Whoopi and the rest of the crew had come off of a heated discussion at the time. So there were, am I talking too much? Whoopi asked a crew member. She then asked, do I need to get to it? The camera flipped around to show one of The View's producers motioning for Whoopi to close out the show. Oh, is it time to say goodbye? Whoopi asked. The producer motioned for her to cut things short once more. She then turned to face the camera. We'll be right back, Whoopi said before the show went to commercial. It was a very abrupt cut that seemed to take place out of nowhere. The show continued as normal when it did return. Wake up, Whoopi. Meanwhile, Whoopi has once again been criticized by fans for her live behavior on the air. The star seemed to be disinterested in conversation during The View on April 17th. In the segment, Whoopi introduced, it is spring break season, and a lot of folks have been going on vacation. But a recent survey of 2,000 Americans found that more than half of respondents said that their last vacation did not live up to their expectation. She continued, some people blamed themselves for bad planning, but 72% blamed social media for giving them unrealistic expectations. What? The 67-year-old turned to her co-host and asked in befuddlement, have you ever felt like this? Alyssa Farah Griffin admitted she could see how vacations could be stressful, before Ana Navarro admitted she was usually like Jane, but relaxed on her most recent getaway. She spoke about her time in the Turks and Caicos, where she coincidentally bumped into co-anchor Sarah Haynes. As Sarah and Anna spoke about their vacation, Whoopi rested her head on her hand and looked bored during the conversation. While the rest of the panel laughed at hearing their anecdotes, the moderator remained completely silent. Sunny Hostin then spoke about how she stayed in the U.S. for a speaking opportunity over spring break, before Anna reminded her of an awful hotel they booked in Puerto Rico last year. After Sarah pitched in to talk about the bad experience, Whoopi suddenly sat up from her relaxed position and looked at the audience in confusion as if she hadn't followed the conversation. She then suddenly ended the segment by saying, ha. She then sarcastically exclaimed, wow, we'll be right back, before resting her head on her hand again as they moved to the commercial break. Unhappy fans. On Twitter, fans of the show were quick to air their thoughts on Whoopi's behavior and on the vacation-themed talk as a whole. One person wrote, can someone wake #anti-Whoopi up? That last conversation she looked like she was nodding off. Another said, I wish I had money for a vacation to hate.